What is up, everybody, and welcome to FLW Videos. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Buddy Up event happening in Pokemon Go and talking just about the best strategies that you can use for various reasons. Maybe you want to focus on getting a Pokemon up to Best Buddy as fast as possible, or you're wanting to do the long-term strategy where you try to get as many Best Buddies as you possibly can over a long period of time, but of course being as efficient as possible. We will of course be talking about all of that today, but let's go ahead and talk temporarily about the event itself and then get into a little bit more of the long-term strategies. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first thing that I want to point out, if you're going to take away something from this video, you definitely need to focus on this. And that's going to be the idea that the bonus during the event is half distance to earn Buddy Candy and to earn the Buddy Hearts. Now, the reason why this is so important by itself is because Pokemon just naturally are going to have half the distance that they would normally have to do without even getting them excited or anything like that. So if you go check out some of your legendary Pokemon, you're going to see that you have to go 10 kilometers for it as opposed to the typical 20. But here's some good news. If you can get the Pokemon excited, what's going to end up happening is that distance is going to get cut in half again. So all of a sudden, we're going to be seeing those legendary Pokemon that are now going to be 5 kilometers per candy. That is absolutely fantastic. So regardless of getting your Pokemon up to a Best Buddy, this is something that you definitely need to take advantage of. That way you can get as much candy as possible. I'm definitely going to be doing as much walking as I possibly can during this event to get myself some candy, especially for this Registeel that I have been working on. So just try to take advantage of this kind of throughout this week if you possibly can. Getting those legendary candies down to 5 kilometers is definitely a fantastic feature of this event, and in my opinion, one of the best ones that you could possibly do. So let's go ahead and move on a little bit. So go ahead and take a look at everything on the screen. This actually comes from a content creator known as Count Gensula. Count Gensula ended up making a video talking about Pokemon and getting them excited and trying to get as much Best Buddies as possible. And it is definitely a good video, so if you want to check it out, make sure to check it out in the link in the description. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this a little bit. You can go about this strategy with the route that he's gone, where you try to just knock out a couple of Pokemon at a time, just focus on a few, and of course making sure that you get those 20 interactions in a day by getting the Pokemon excited and then doing those additional ones. But the route that he's kind of gone is focusing on a couple Pokemon at a time, like I said before, and then over a long period of time, yes, you will be able to get those numbers up, especially if you do that consistently. But what we're going to also be talking about today is a secondary strategy where instead you're going for a longer term approach, but you're getting a lot of buddies done during a day each day. So with this strategy, this is what I'm going to actually be doing over the next 2 months and really trying to get as many Best Buddy Pokemon as possible, but thinking about it a little bit more long term. So what we're going to do first is think about the Pokemon that we want to go ahead and become Best Buddies with. Go ahead and get it out there. I decided to just put a $sign just to go ahead and mark them so it's easier. You can actually get up to 21 buddies per day if you want to go ahead and do that. But like I said before, the first thing you have to do is just make sure that you know what Pokemon you want to use. If you don't have 20, 21, you've got like 5, 10, you're going to have to adjust your strategy a little bit differently. But in this case, we are fully maxed out on all of the Pokemon that we want to use in this video. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go ahead and go through the Pokemon that you're not really hyper focused on, save those for the end, and you're just going to quickly open it up and you're going to do 4 interactions with it. The first one is to just take that AR screenshot. You're then going to play with your buddy, take a snapshot of the buddy, and then finally go in and do a battle. You could do it versus a team leader. Unfortunately, they nerfed this a little bit because now you have to actually like finish the battle versus the team leader. You can't just simply play it. So that's kind of sad. But anyways, you're going to go ahead and do those 4 interactions, and then you're simply going to switch out to your other Pokemon and do those over and over and over again. And like I said before, if you have a Pokemon that you are specifically focusing on, for me it is Registeel, I want to save it for the end because I'm going to want to do more than just 4. I'm going to want to walk with it. I'm going to want to do some other things with it. And if you do this over about 75 days, you can have 21 Best Buddies. Yes, it's 75 days, but that's not even including any potential bonuses that you could get along the way. Maybe some of them end up opening up souvenirs, something like that. You might get lucky with it and it takes a little bit less time. But if you think about it from a long-term strategy and think about what you have now, if you don't have any best buddies whatsoever, just changing this up can be a big deal, and I'm personally going to commit to it. I want to also give some other stats. It took about 3 minutes for me to get those 4 interactions done. If you do that on a per Pokemon basis, that's roughly an hour a day for 75 days, and you can end up with 20 to 21 best buddies. That's absolutely fantastic. If you want to develop a deeper connection, I would highly recommend you to check out Patreon. We've got a lot of really cool things going on over there. Check out all of these supporters that we have. We are almost up to 100. We are also posting some special content, some behind the scenes work. And if that is the type of thing that interests you, I would highly recommend you to check it out.